What's up, everybody? It is your boy Baddog back with the New York Yankee video, the Postmortem, as Mike and the Mad Dog used to say. Mike and the Bad Dog, yeah, I wish. Mike and the Mad Dog used to say. First and foremost, I want to apologize for not being able to do more Yankee games in the postseason. Man, it would have been great to do more. I was able to do a lot of them last year. It's just unfortunate that the NBA season got pushed back into the Major League Baseball playoffs. I made a commitment at the beginning of the year to do the Laker games. There's a lot of people that depend on me to do those because they can't watch the games, and there was no way I could turn my back on them in the finals. It just is what it is. It's unfortunate. And the 7 o'clock time slot is a difficult one for me. I work a full-time job. I have a wife. I have a kid. A lot of you know my situation. A lot of you guys live my situation, so you know it's not that easy to just come on here and do whatever you want, whenever you want. I wish I did have that kind of time. It's unfortunate that I don't. I had every intention of streaming the game on Wednesday night, and of course, the hurricane winds ripped through here, took out power for 200,000 people, and left a lot of people, a lot of property destroyed. There's still people without power around here, so I'm fortunate that I have it. And they're working so hard to get all the power back around here. So, I mean, usually the energy companies don't get a lot of props. So I think these guys are doing as good as they could considering the damage that happened around here. So, it's just unfortunate. I wish I could have done more of them, and I really wished they would have won, obviously, because I could have done a lot more going forward. As far as the Yankees go, and then of course, I had one troll. I blocked him because I'm not dealing with trolls. I don't have the energy. I don't have the energy. I don't have the time. I'm not gonna waste my time. But I always love when somebody says to me, "Oh, you didn't watch the game, so you have no right to say anything." Well, you ever heard of DVR? You can go back and watch the game. I did that a lot this year because I'm not usually getting out of the gym until 7:30. So I usually do DVR the game, especially if I'm live streaming. I always go back and watch it, or I listen to it. Either way, it don't matter. I mean, I've seen a ton of Yankee games this year, almost all of them. So that always makes me laugh. This Yankee team is very overrated. And I said this all season long. Okay, this team infuriated me more than any Yankee team I've watched since 1984. It just has. A lot of you guys know I have run nothing but scream and rant and rave about this Yankee team all year. And I'm not really going to scream in this video because, let's face it, I just don't think that they're worth my energy. The reason this Yankee team loses, and they continue to lose year after year after year, it is the same story. Okay, home runs are very sexy and they're fun to watch and they're exciting, and it's all great when a guy hits the ball 460 feet. Everybody goes ooh and ah. That's why the home run derby is such a big deal. Everybody loves the home run. Chicks dig the long balls, they used to say. That's great in the regular season. You can smash your way to 100 victories in the regular season without a problem, beating up on weak teams. The New York Yankees beat up on the Boston Red Sox like nobody's business this year. I think half of their wins came against the Red Sox. The rest of the league they struggled against. I know we had a lot of injuries this year, and that's a big part of it. But the fact of the matter is this Yankee team has a lot of losers on it, and they don't know how to win. They don't have the winning pedigree. Okay, they're not Derek Jeter. They're not Mariano Rivera. They're not Bernie Williams. They're not Scott Brosius. They're not Paul O'Neill. They don't have that winning mentality. Not Tino Martinez. They don't have that clutch gene. They just don't. DJ LeMahieu has it. Gleyber Torres had a very nice postseason this year, as did Aaron Hicks, who I'm not a big fan of Hicks, but he hit 389. So he did a nice job this year. Stanton had a lot of home runs. But again, you need to hit some big situations. The Yankees don't do that. Garrett Cole pitched about as good as you could. But the Yankees don't know how to manufacture runs. And as the season progresses, as you get deeper into the playoffs, you see guys shrink up. And they don't have good at-bats. Gary Sanchez is useless. I've said that all the time. Single A Sanchez, he needs to go. Bye-bye. The guy's useless. We played Higgy all pretty much every postseason game with good reason. And, of course, Aaron Boone, I'll get into him in a second. Aaron Judge, I don't want to extend Aaron Judge. I am not a big fan of Judge. I believe Judge is extremely overrated. He strikes out 40% of the time. Dude is never healthy. And he's very, very poor in the postseason. You are measured by what you do in the postseason in New York. That's just how it goes, okay? Fair or not fair, you can have a really bad regular season and kill in the postseason, you're a hero. You could be A-Rod for all those years, win 2 MVPs here in 05 and 07, shrink up in the playoffs, and you're a dog. In 2009, he had a huge thing, so he redeemed himself. We won the World Series because of A-Rod in 2009. So he redeemed himself, but for years, A-Rod was killed by the media because they kept saying that he, was as... Steinbrenner called Dave Winfield one time Mr. May because he just wasn't clutch, right? So there's something to be said about a clutch gene. DJ LeMahieu has that type of gene. I think Gleyber Torres will be a star, but Aaron Judge ain't that guy. And I don't want to give Aaron Judge $250 million in a long-term deal. I don't want to. I think they'd be wasting the money. Some people aren't going to like that, but that's just what I see. He's not a winning ball player. He's just not. Gary Sanchez is not a winning ball player. A lot of them are not winning ball. They don't change their approach. They swing for the fences every time. Chapman, again, he is not a winning ball player. Gave up the home run to Altuve last year to lose it. Gave up a home run to Rajai Davis. Almost blew it for the Cubs. And of course, he gives up the home run last night. I never have faith in Chapman when he comes in. Now, I'll say this, as a Yankee fan, I've been very spoiled. I mean, I really have. The New York Yankees, when I was growing up, were a good team in the 80s, never made it. But I was so young, I didn't expect them to go to the World Series every year. Then they win, 4 out of 5 years. And they spend so much money, you become spoiled as a Yankee, and you start to expect big things. This team has won 100 games in back-to-back years, not counting this one, obviously. And then they had a Garrett Cole. There's big things to be expected of them. And they continue to fail. That falls on Aaron Boone, in my opinion. Aaron Boone does not know how to manage a baseball team at all. Why Mike Ford continues to hit, and the guy's hitting under 100 this year. Why Clint Frazier sits on the bench when Clint Frazier's killed it all year and doesn't come in and pinch it makes no sense to me. He's mismanaged the bullpen. He mismanages the lineup. He kept sticking Gary Sanchez out there day after day after day after day. Oh, he's going to get it together. No, he's not. The guy's not a good hitter. The guy has hit under 200 combined the last 3 years, or he's right around 200, and he strikes out a ton. And he's another one that can't hit in the postseason. The Yankees don't know how to win in the postseason. They're not built for postseason baseball. Guys like DJ LeMahieu, that's what you want your team made up of. Guys that make contact, guys that put the ball in play, guys that get big hits in big situations, guys that don't try to do too much. One of my favorite at-bats in this playoff run was the first game I streamed against the Indians, okay? When Giancarlo Stanton, with his first and second, nobody out, and Giancarlo Stanton hit a weak ground ball to first base. And both of the runners advanced. And I forget who the next batter was. It might have been Luke Voigt. It might have been Gio Urshela. It might have been Gio. Hit a sac fly. And that made me so happy. That was like, that is perfect baseball, guys. Got him on, get him over, get him in. That was perfect. The Yankees ended up blowing out Cleveland in that game. And it's a good thing. Giancarlo Stanton had that big home run, the big grand slam in game one. To give us some space too. So he had a good postseason. But those little things like Giancarlo Stanton's weak ground ball to first base and the sac fly, that's winning baseball. The Yankees are so inconsistent. They just don't do that. They don't know how to do that. Okay, this team is not built like that. They're not built for October. They're just not. You need contact hitters. You need guys that slap the ball the other way. You need guys that know how to lay down a bunt to beat a shift. You need guys that can run too. And you need a manager that knows how to manage. Aaron Boone has had no managerial experience. The dude was a subpar analyst in the ESPN booth. I don't know why they chose this guy. Joe Girardi got us to within one game of the World Series in 2017 with a Yankee team that was supposed to do nothing. And we haven't come that close since. And since then, they've added Giancarlo Stanton and Garrett Cole. And, all this other stuff. It's crazy to me. How the Yankees haven't been able to get any closer. They should have never fired Girardi. I don't know what that was about. Players don't like him, so they bring in a guy that's there to soothe the player's ego. A bunch of snowflakes, a bunch of soft diva babies. You need to be able to take criticism. I don't know when all of a sudden, as a society, especially as ball players that make hundreds of $millions of dollars, became so soft and sensitive and can't take a little constructive criticism. I don't know when the hell that happened. It just doesn't make any sense to me. It is what it is. But like I said, this video is really long, so I want to end this now. But like I said, until the Yankees get some more contact hitters, until the Yankees start to manufacture runs and get back to baseball and not this analytical BS of home runs. Analytics, Paul Neal said it a bunch of times, analytics don't win in October. They don't. I don't even know what the point of analytics is. I don't care about exit velo. I don't care about launch angle. I don't care about WAR. I don't care about any of that. What I care about is putting the ball in play and manufacturing runs and scoring runs. That is what's important. The ability to score runs in a big spot. The ability to come through with big hits in a big spot. The ability to steal a base in a big spot. Things that you do to win games. Things that the New York Yankees did from 1996 to 2003 to get into 6 World Series and win 4 of them. That is what you're supposed to do. I mean, that's just how it goes. That's how you play baseball. Baseball will always be that. It'll always be about scoring runs and shutting down the other team. It'll never be about just hitting home runs. I see so many guys, you're down by 3 runs in the 9th inning with nobody on, and the shift is on. Why are you swinging? Lay down a bunt, get on base. I mean, that's what you're supposed to be doing. These players don't care. And as long as you have a manager that puts up with it like an Aaron Boone, they'll continue to lose in October. Doesn't matter how much money they spend. We'll see what they do. We definitely got beat up in the pitching situation this year. You know, no Luis Severino, that hurt, obviously. Paxton was hurt. No Domingo Germán. Their pitching staff was beat up a little bit, but at the end of the day, they didn't score enough runs when they needed to. And the bullpen is always a little shaky. To me, that's also very overrated. But like I said, this is a very long video, so I'm sorry. Postmortem for the New York Yankees. They go down to Tampa Bay in the ALDS. And we'll see what they do in the offseason and how they do next year. Hopefully we get back to playing in Yankee Stadium in front of people, and we can have a normal season of 162 games. That would be nice. So, again, it's a disappointing season for the Yankees, in my opinion. I thought this team would at least get to the World Series. I really did. Guess I was wrong. Anyway, that's all I got. Like I said, I'll probably be live a little bit later today. It's a bad diggity dizzle, and I am gone. Peace!